have over 450 million daily active users. The
Come
problem
on.
is the daily active
You're
user
just
count
old,
is
Matt.
not growing. So when
450 million? Is it big in India? Like, how do they have that many? That's, 150% of the U.S. population.
Yeah, I mean, it's global numbers. So in the US, we're talking about 98 million DAUs. It's a pretty big number, but it's been flat for the last 8 quarters.
Dude,
So-
I cannot believe that number. You're telling me that fully 1/3 of Americans use Snapchat? What is it, 1995? No
Well,
way.
They use it for messaging or some other type of use case. They may be spending, less than 30 seconds and then coming out of the app, but clearly there is daily active user engagement.
While you were off gallivanting around Bloomberg headquarters here, Mandeep and I were talking about, the stock's down 16%. We said it always has these big swings because they're not great about guiding for the company. So what is it that the investors are reacting to right now?
I mean, they're being compared against what Meta, Reddit, and YouTube did, and their Snap's ad revenue actually grew 4%. So if you take out the Snapchat Plus subscription growth, actually they're able to sign up subscription users, in the US. So they have about 15 million subscription users now for Snapchat. And look, that was the only bright spot. But other than that, they really are executing poorly when it comes to the ad side. They probably shipped a bug that they had to roll back, which is what the press release suggests. And look, ad pricing decline of 10% when you had Meta, which is like 50 times bigger than this company, they had 9% ad pricing growth. So such a big contrast. And LLMs could be one reason why Meta is doing so well.
But is it just that Meta's doing it so well, or is it that companies have to be smart about where they're going to get their biggest audience? And again, it's Meta. It makes more sense than doing it at Snap. Why is it that Meta?
So the one anecdote we have heard this quarter is from Booking Holdings saying they actually had cost savings from AI, which they ended up deploying for Meta ad spend. So typically, Booking is one of the biggest spenders on Google search. They still spend the same amount on Google search, but in addition to that, they spent the cost savings they had from customer service use cases through LLMs into Meta social ad spend. And they actually found a very high ROI in terms of new customer acquisition. That doesn't seem to be the case for someone like Snapchat. I think Reddit had a great quarter too, because Reddit called out they're changing how search is done within Reddit. They are deploying more LLMs within the Reddit corpus that's there, and that's helping drive engagement. We didn't hear anything like that in Snap's press release or the shareholder letter. It's more about we shipped a bug, we had to roll it back. That hurt our ad pricing. The direct response ad units grew 5%. So they're being compared against the rest of the peer group, and these are just, low numbers.
Do you look at the trends, Mandeep? I mean, we're older people, right? Then I would imagine the average Snap user, right? Are the kids using Facebook? Are they using Instagram? Are they on, what social's hot these days, and which ones are not?
So actually, Roblox did phenomenally well this quarter, and the stock has been on a tear because the engagement growth in terms of hours spent have been off the charts. So when you think about the overall pie in terms of time spent by, specific age group, you have to think about how much time is going to Roblox versus Instagram versus Snap or TikTok. We know TikTok is struggling because they could be banned, and that probably benefited Meta. I would say right now, Roblox, Meta, Reddit, these are the platforms that are seeing an increase in time spent. I mean, Snap, Pinterest, they seem to be holding up, but the catalyst for more engagement seem to be missing.
By the way, when you say Meta, are you talking about Instagram or are you talking about Facebook? Because
no.
My mom is on Facebook, but my daughter's, I guess, more likely to be on Instagram.
Yeah, and look, even with Instagram, the video portion, Reels, is what really drove the engagement. They called out in the quarter. In the case of Snap, they said their Spotlight video product actually makes up 40% of time spent, but it doesn't monetize. So the problem is
Shame on them.
Look, I mean, they had to pivot to video
Yeah.
content. They have done that.
Right.
But when it comes to monetizing the engagement, there is no one better than Meta. Time and again, even at the scale at which they operate, they're just phenomenal when it comes to ad pricing.
All right.